What's up, guys? Welcome to the Rebel Jiu-Jitsu podcast. I'm driving home after a big day, Monday, President's Day. It's 7:20 at night. Ooh, you hear that blinker? That's authentic. That's not a sound effect. That's my real car. That's my real 2011 Ford Escape. I'm driving home. Big day of jiu-jitsu. I had my first class. I taught at 6 a.m. Now it's 7:20, so yeah, just 13 hours later. I got to the gym at 4:45 to clean, so I don't know, 15 hours after that, something like that. But who's counting? Okay, today's episode is called Jiu-Jitsu Drama, Episode 8. There's a lot of drama in jiu-jitsu, guys. You got to try to avoid it, okay? Jiu-jitsu drama could be a good thing in building up a big fight, a big event. Nothing is more valuable than attention, okay? Time is very valuable, but even more valuable than your time is your attention. Think about it. If you're spending time somewhere, but your attention is on your phone, that's what you're focused on. If you're spending time, if you're on a beautiful cruise, but all you can think about is getting better at jiu-jitsu, that's where your attention's on. Okay, so your attention is the most valuable thing you have. You got to be careful where you put your attention. Okay, people put their attention on drama. You see a car crash, you turn your head. What happened? Are they okay? Are you gonna pull over and stop, or are you just watching? Same with jiu-jitsu. There's a couple big fights coming up, big jiu-jitsu matches. Okay, Gordon Ryan is fighting Felipe Pena, their fourth fight, their fourth match. Pena won 2, Gordon won 1 match, and now they're gonna fight again. Gordon Ryan is a very controversial, famous jiu-jitsu fighter. He might be the most famous jiu-jitsu fighter right now. He's no-gi. He decided to specialize in no-gi. He's the best in no-gi. He's the ADCC champion, so that's like the hardest competition. He's the world champion in no-gi. He is a very polarizing figure, okay? He talks trash, which isn't always like a thing in jiu-jitsu. Jiu-jitsu, everyone's gonna lose. Your first day of jiu-jitsu, you're gonna lose 50 times. So sometimes jiu-jitsu can really make people more humble, better people. It's a great martial art that can transform a person's character and make them into humble, amazing people. But there's black belts that are not nice people, okay? It's just part of the sport. Just because you're good at tennis doesn't mean you're a good person. Just because you're good at jiu-jitsu doesn't mean you're a good person. Now, I'm not saying Gordon Ryan is a bad person, but he's definitely controversial. He talks a lot of trash, makes fun of people, makes fun of Hinger, makes fun of everyone he fights, makes fun of most of the people in jiu-jitsu, calls them all lazy bums. He's right about some stuff. I disagree with him about other stuff. Gordon Ryan, heavyweight, very big, strong guy. Okay? I think he's admitted he's on steroids. Steroids, testosterone, whatever he's on. He's not technically breaking a rule because in the fights he's doing, there's no drug test. So he's not breaking any rules, but at the same time, is that a good example for all the kids doing jiu-jitsu, the millions of kids in the world all trying to be jiu-jitsu fighters? No, I think that's a terrible example. I never have used steroids in my life. I talk against steroids to my students. I'm all about the technique. But at the same time, I'm not a world champion. So I could say, oh, no steroids are bad. And then I go get choked out by someone on steroids and I didn't really prove a point. That's why I'm really rooting for these kids that I think aren't on steroids and that I think are natural. One of the jiu-jitsu drama topics right now is Nikki Rodriguez, the black belt slayer, another New Jersey-born jiu-jitsu fighter, has been calling out Gordon Ryan for all the steroid use. They had a match recently, very close match. Nicky Rod is a little bigger than Gordon. I think he's like 230, 240. And I've trained with guys like that in New Jersey. Big, strong kids, athletic, from wrestling to lifting to jiu-jitsu. Okay? They're big and strong, and yeah, I want to complain about anyone bigger than me. They must be on steroids. Anyone bigger muscles than me, oh man, they got to be on steroids. But there's a lot of strong guys out there that are drinking protein shakes, lifting weights for 10 years, drinking creatine, taking, supplements from GNC, but not injecting themselves with testosterone. No injections. You know what I mean? So I support the people that are lifting weights naturally, trying to get bigger and stronger. That's part of jiu-jitsu. You got to be big, you got to be strong, you got to be strong enough to do your jiu-jitsu. Being an athlete is part of that. You got to be running. Okay, so I'm driving home. My wife called me. Sorry guys, part of the podcast. Part of the show. So I'm driving home. I was on my rant about steroids. I'm not on steroids. I'm against steroids. Technique over everything. I think the Rotolo bros, I think they're all natural. I'm a big fan of Tynan. He's, from everything that we've seen, he's all natural. He's passed all his drug tests. I think that's the future of the sport, is these young 20-something-year-olds, like the Olympics. You're at your athletic prime. You have that explosiveness combined with 10, 15 years of training. So kids that start training when they're 3 or 4 and then get into their prime of athleticism, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. That's where I see the sport heading. But again, without the drug testing, there's going to be people 30, 40 in jiu-jitsu that just keep getting bigger and stronger, that have a high level and are able to compete with that strength. So I would love to see more drug testing in the sport, and I'm sure we will as it gets just more popular. People are going to get frustrated and fed up with it, and then it'll clean up the sport. So I'm all for it. Let's all join together and clean up the sport. So it was interesting to watch the All Access on Flow Grappling. Flow Grappling is like a Netflix for jiu-jitsu. They have the IBJJF Worlds. They used to have ADCC. A lot of matches, a lot of big fights. Gordon Ryan and Felipe Pena are going to be on Flow Grappling on WNO. So that's almost like a UFC, but for jiu-jitsu, for just jiu-jitsu matches. I'm excited to see the fight, but lots of drama in the lead-up. Felipe Pena is training with Andre Galvao, who just was a rival with Gordon. They fought before the fight. They had a big incident where Gordon slapped him, and it was caught on camera. A lot of WWE kind of antics, right? And it's interesting to see how they use that drama to sell the fight. They're not showing, they're not showing single leg X entries and breakdowns. They're showing trash talk and stuff like that. That's always going to be how you sell the fight. To people that don't understand the technique, they're not going to watch. They want to see the drama, the jiu-jitsu drama. Now, when you're just doing jiu-jitsu, you don't need no drama, okay? If you're going to start drama, that's just taking away from your training. You want to be at a school where there is no drama. If you have drama at the school you're training at, try to avoid it. If it's unavoidable, maybe reconsider where you're training, okay? There's always going to be cliques. There's always going to be people you're more closer friends with. But if there's anyone where you're have an enemy at a jiu-jitsu school, where you have these anything less than an acquaintance, dude, that's not necessary. You guys are all on the same team. You guys are fighting together. You can't have any hate or drama at jiu-jitsu. In my school, if there's drama, I don't want to hear it. If there's drama, you got to go. Okay, this is not a drama club. It's jiu-jitsu. We're there only for an hour. Okay? The adult classes are an hour. I'm trying to cram the lesson full of great technique, give you guys time to train, get sparring in, get a sweat, get a workout, learn as much as possible. There's no time in that for drama. For the most part, everyone I've had has been awesome. I rarely ever had to kick out a student. And the only time I did was just because they're starting drama. Again, it wasn't even drama with me, but a couple people call me, oh, this person is doing this person is doing that. After 2 or 3 calls, you're out, dude. I'm not dealing with that. Who has time for that? I got 3 babies at home. I got a beautiful wife I have to take care of, right? So, no time for drama. Again, with the big world championship matches, the drama's kind of fun, right? Something to talk about in the lead up. I'm interested. I like what Tynan Dalper's doing. I just watched the AOJ Plus countdown show for his upcoming fight. His fight is first week of March. 30-minute IBJJF fight against Isaac Banase. Dream Art. He's like the Dream Art head dude. Tynan is one of the AOJ head guys, one of the main coaches, leaders of the team. I watched the countdown for that, and Tynan doesn't talk trash. He's not just making fun of people, telling people to clean his car, stuff like that. He's doing his work. He's letting his work speak for itself. His techniques, he's like Michael Jordan. He's styling on people. He's gator rolling, taking the back, choking people out. So I like that. I like, if you could let the jiu-jitsu do the talking, that's amazing, right? Rafa Mendes, he let the jiu-jitsu do the talking. He never talked trash. Mendes, same deal. 6-time champion and 4-time world champion. Gordon Ryan, he's doing great. No-gi champion. Joe Rogan talks about him all the time. So if that's your authority on jiu-jitsu, then he must be the best. But Gordon Ryan has never won the world championships in the gi. He never won black belt worlds, not even one time. He won no-gi pants black belt, I think. And he won ADCC, which is the hardest no-gi tournament. Don't get me wrong. In no-gi, he won the hardest tournament. But in jiu-jitsu in general, more people train in the gi. The sport, the IBJJF World Championships have been around the longest, and that's like the pinnacle of the sport. Rafa Mendes won 6 times the World Championships, and he also won ADCC. Marcelo Garcia won the World Championships, I think, 5 times, and then maybe 3 ADCCs. So, in my opinion, the best people, they can do both of it. As the sport gets more evolved, we'll see. Maybe people will just be gi champions. People will just be no-gi champions. But it's always interesting to see the style of the athlete and how they're either maybe not talking trash at all or using that drama to build up their presence. The most famous people using the drama, Conor McGregor. Even before him, Chael Sonnen. He would use that trash talk to get into these big fights. Was he wrong? He made millions of dollars. So was he wrong? Probably not. Would he have gotten into the fight without the trash talk? Probably not. So for him, drama, it's awesome. Again, if the jiu-jitsu drama keeps it interesting, whatever, it's fun. Builds up the fight. But I'm telling you, for your day-to-day life, you don't want no drama. For yourself, training and getting better, any drama in any training scenario is going to make your training worse. It's going to make your jiu-jitsu worse or not as good as it could be. So when you're on the mats, be respectful to everyone. Okay, never forget, you're at practice. You're not in the world championships. You're not in a UFC championship fight. So don't space out and pretend you're John Wick. Don't pretend you're in the Matrix. Remember where you are. Stay conscious. Be respectful to your teammates. And think about how you can help people, not hurt them. Okay? thank you guys for listening. That was episode 8, Jiu-Jitsu Drama. I'm going to recap the Gordon Ryan versus Felipe Pena fight. That's later this week. It's Monday, President's Day, February. Then also Tynan has his big fight too, Tynan versus Isaac Banez. So I'll watch both of those tournaments, talk about that on the podcast. I'm looking to get some great guests on the show, so keep tuning in. We're on Apple Podcasts now and on Spotify. So leave a review, 5 stars all around. And I'll see you guys on the mats. Come train with us, Rebel Jiu-Jitsu in Boulder City, Nevada, home of the Hoover Dam. We're going to do no-gi on Thursdays all day, 6 a.m., 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. And Family Day, March 12th. Saturday, March 11th. Saturday, March 11th. 3/11, March 11th. March 11th, not the 12th. All right, I'll see you guys on the mats. This episode is brought to you by Show Your Roll, by choice, not by chance.